To get started on this exercise, the first thing you need to do is to download the Logo Grid Illustrator file from the class page. When you open this up in Adobe Illustrator, the first thing you're going to notice is that there's a variety of different artboards, and they're all arranged in kind of a different groupings in a grid. We're going to be using this same Illustrator document for all of the different exercises for this project. So please hold on to it and add to it as we go through each of the different steps throughout this exercise. You'll notice that we have a large work area, and we've got a text-only logo area and an imagery-only logo area. And each one of those is divided up into the different little prompts that I'm going to give to you. So keep this in mind as we work throughout this document. Also, I will say, there is no right or wrong way to use the work area. You can even work outside on the gray area. Later on, however, we're going to be placing each one of our different logo concepts, our best logo concepts, in these smaller little square areas. So keep this area nice and clean. Now, the first thing that we need to do is to go off the work area and to simply type out all the business names that you've chosen to work with. Again, you need to have about 5 different names. It's okay to have a few more, but you don't want to have too many of them because it gets daunting, or too few because there's not enough variety once we start making our different logo ideas. So about 5 is a good starting point. You can see how many I have here. Once you've got it typed out, then we can start doing some font research. Here's what I mean by font research. I want to go through and see what's on my computer, or maybe what's online that I can find in terms of fonts and typefaces that I can work with for my logos. Now, when you choose fonts, here's the way I like to do my research. I'm going to grab my type tool and I'm going to type the word example. First of all, let me make it super big so we can see it and be able to work from it as well. Let's also put it in a font that we can actually read. Okay, so here it is here. But I'm not just going to type out the word example once. I'm going to do it all as uppercase, lowercase, and then I'm going to type out just a couple of numbers as well. Here's why I like to do upper, lowercase, and numbers. Whenever you look at a font, especially if you've downloaded it from the internet, you want to be able to see what the letters look like in uppercase, in lowercase, and also to see that you've got a complete set of numbers. Some of them look really good and you get an idea of what it looks like. Other font examples may not look too good in all uppercase, but at least you've got lowercase to work with. Some fonts don't have complete sets. So for instance, if I chose this font, it's got all uppercase but no lowercase. But it's got a full set of numbers that I can work with too. So be aware, especially if you're finding free fonts online, or if you're looking at the fonts that you have already installed on your computer, some of them are better than others. A final thing you want to do is to find fonts that may have a variety of different widths and sizes and weights. Here's what I mean by this. If I chose Arial, so Arial is kind of a common one. Not only do I have plain Arial, I've also got Arial Italic, Bold, Bold Italic. So those are all different weights that I can use, all within the same font family. Some of them come with a variety of different ones that you can work from. So Avenir is a great one. It's got just Roman, but it's got really thin to really thick. And all of those are the same typeface that I could use as an example. Here's the ones that I found. I love these fonts. They work really well. So I've got Avenir. This is a good brushed style script. I've got some slab serifs. I've even got some kind of fun block serifs that I could work with. You can go for grungy or techno. Handwritten fonts are really good. Retro fonts, sometimes stencils. In just having a variety to choose from. Now again, when I choose these, I also try to find some that come in a variety of weights. Some of them don't. And I'm trying to stay away from examples that may not have complete sets. So you can see how this one doesn't have the number 4 on it, and this one doesn't come in uppercase letters. So these would be bad examples to work from. Although they're cool looking fonts, not good for what I'm working for. So take some time right now to find about 5 or so different fonts to work from. I like to keep it with 5, no more than 10. Again, there's no set number to work from, but the more variety you have, the easier it will be to come up with a variety of different concepts for your design. Finally, once you get the fonts that you like, you can start applying these fonts to the names of your businesses. And I can do this inside of my work area just to keep it nice and simple looking. So I'm going to copy over, say, GoLingo. We'll paste it here. With it pasted, let's see what it looks like in some of these different fonts. So just with the name, I can use my eyedropper tool and click on this, and now I can see that's what it looks like for that font. Here it is for this font, or another one. Some of these look better than others, and some of these are really nice and readable. Some have a certain feel that's a little bit more business, traditional business-like. Some of them have a little bit more of a modern business, or some of them just have a fun type feel. So go through, copy and paste over your names. You may want to make a couple of copies and see what they look like in different fonts. You don't have to do it for every one of them, but I would go through each of the names and try to find a font that works really well for each of the different names that you have. Again, type it out, use your eyedropper tool, and with the name selected, all you've got to do is to click on the other ones, and it'll automatically apply it to whatever you have selected. Take some time and go through each one of these, and you can see how I've already done it for all of these on these words too. So this is a great little starting point for the next set of this exercise, where we dive into the different prompts that we can use for this type.